and we're going to explain to you a little bit how this machine works. So this monster you see behind me, which looks something like out of a Mad Max movie, this is the Australian Bushmaster, delivered to Ukraine with a light machine gun 7.62 and thermal vision 4x4. Today we're going to ask the crew how they like it, how they use it. We're going to hear some stories from battle, and we're going to explain to you a little bit how this machine works.
The Bushmaster is a so-called infantry or protected mobility vehicle. It was deployed during the occupation of Afghanistan, but since the withdrawal of Western forces from the Hindu Kush, the government in Canberra decided to send the Bushmaster to Ukraine, where it is helping Ukrainian Air Assault Forces during their dangerous missions in Kursk Oblast.
So this is the driver cabin of the Australian Bushmaster. It's actually quite comfortable when you're sitting here. The doors don't open, so there are only two ways in and out of this machine, and one is through the hatch and the other is through the back. The driver here has a couple of things for luck, I guess. Here a Ukrainian band, and he also has a bullet lodged here on the side. I don't know if that's a lucky charm or if something he keeps for the worst case, but we'll have to ask him. Otherwise, yeah, you sit quite high, you have a pretty good view, steering wheel on the right, obviously, but anymore that doesn't matter. You probably don't drive on normal roads that much anyways with normal traffic. Yeah, it's comfortable and it's armored.
There are 8 seats for the troops, but we can fit a lot more. About 15 to 18 people get in quickly. When we need to pick up guys from their positions, and at the same time we're under mortar fire, 15 guys with rifles, machine guns, and full gear but with empty backpacks load up in about 15 to 20 seconds. This is Kevlar, additional protection against shrapnel. The little window is also armored. To cut or drill through Kevlar is possible with something like a thin nail, but something thicker is very, very difficult.
While Tur drives, Solodki, which means sweet, navigates, commands, and fires.
So this is a Belgian machine gun, actually, 7.62 caliber. They can have up to 600 rounds here in a box, but the most amazing thing is that he can shoot from inside. He only has to go up to reload, and they have a day and a night camera. So the combination of this light machine gun and the camera, they call it Death Factory.
There's a day and a night camera here. The module rotates 360 degrees. Sometimes you're on a mission during the day, but you might get delayed due to circumstances, and then you need to head out at night. You turn on the cameras and you can see all the signatures. You can set the module to cold or warm mode. If you set it to cold, for example, in a hollow or a pit, everything will appear black, but the signatures of people will be white. Or, if you switch it, you can set the forest to white and the signatures to black. It's a very useful tool.
From here on, the boys take us for a spin.
So, now we're driving in the Bushmaster. Driver, commander, and gunner. This is the constellation and how these guys usually go into battle. If they're not fighting themselves, then they're taking 10, maybe more infantrymen with them. When that door then opens, when they've arrived, the guys usually don't know what will be waiting, but most probably it's hell. At least the drive there is quite comfortable because the Bushmaster was built to withstand extremely hot temperatures. As you can see, there is an AC everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vents just in the back. So they say at least until you go to hell, you have a pretty cool ride. It also feels quite smooth.
I've been working with the Bushmaster for about 1.5 years. Before that, I worked also with the Strikers and the BR-80s. The Bushmaster Well, we almost flipped it. We were driving, bringing the guys back from a mission, and there was this bump. The vehicle tilted. It was autumn, rainy and muddy. We nearly tipped it over onto its left side, but we managed to save it, opened them, and quietly let the troops unload.
After 1.5 years, how would he rate this machine?
The armor here is much better than on the BERs and the Soviet equipment. You're driving and all you hear is ding 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 and nothing else. Just muffled explosions somewhere, meaning the armor is good. There are no drawbacks if you have a good driver.
Швидкість, маневреність.
It depends on the weather, the terrain, the mission.
Бачимо у вас трикутник, що ви працюєте у сусідній країні. І як для вас досвід працювати на ній там, на тому напрямку?
Bushmasters on this front line are mostly used like taxis. They only transport the troops and provide some cover. 7.62mm round, well, it might be scary for infantry, but against vehicles, it's not much.
Як ви досі ось вмотивовані працювати далі і не зійти з розуму?
Our dark military humor is what helps us stay sane. We roast each other. We joke about everything and everyone. Sometimes we yell at each other. It's how we let the negative energy out. We have good armor, and there's additional armor on top of that. There's a pretty good winch, 10 tons I think. It pulls forward, there are special ports there, and also to the rear. There are bomb hatches, as we call them, with some interesting contents inside. Here's the exit port for the winch. There's an air connection, brakes to tow something behind us, like a Bushmaster or a Striker, I don't know, though we haven't tried it yet. Tow hitch, electrical system. Up here, there are hidden points for connecting antennas. On the other side, there's a spare tire. It's a bit damaged, but we'll fix it. And here's a shovel. A heavy-duty bar for towing equipment behind us, like Bushmasters or a BDR-80 we've towed before.
Solodky and Tur are typical Ukrainian soldiers. Brave, humorous, motivated. They want the world to rest assured the Bushmaster is now in good hands, whether in Kursk or anywhere else where they might be needed.